repurposed some old gates, bit of welding, tidied them up. I think it looks a lot better. On the left will be visitors parking. We'll put a bit more hardcore surfacing down. On the right, it just looks nicer. Soil around, and hopefully Mr. and Mrs. Mole burrow off somewhere else. Fortunately, in late November, Storm Arwen paid us a visit and ripped the roof off race control. So currently we've just got corrugated sheets weighed down with tyres, and I'm trying to get a company to give us a hand to re-roof it. While we're at it, the cafe also needs re-roofing, so yeah, pretty big project. There they go. Just a little bit of hedging that we've put in near the track, fill a gap in. Back at the track today, and we're just getting the hedges trimmed around the field. You can't cut hedges in the UK between March and September because it's bird nesting season, and it's actually a criminal offence to disturb nesting birds. So we're doing it while the ground's frosty, so the tractor doesn't sink in too much. Well, it's chucking it down with rain now, but we've got the hedges cut, looking a lot tidier, all the way down the entrance road, all the way around the race field itself. Try and keep them cut back on the hedge side just because there is so much fast traffic down there and it's a little bit dangerous pulling out. We usually put the flags up and warning signs, so hopefully this makes it just that little bit safer. I know I'm biased, but I think it is one of the best settings for an RC track, right in the middle of the British countryside. Hopefully we won't be racing on ice come the Euros. I don't think Schumacher or anybody else has developed an ice tyre quite yet. For the rear mezzo and the four-wheel drive front mezzo. Going up for a project which I'll show you on Monday. Now we've finished that bit of resurfacing on the tabletop in front of the rostrum. You can see the lads have got the scaffolding up, and Mr. Galley and Viv preparing to replace a bit more astroturf at the end of the straight. When I mentioned the scaffolding the other day, this is the project that was for. We've had solar panels installed on our pitting shed and indoor track, So Robin Hood Raceway is now solar powered and a bit greener. Got to be better than 60 or 70 generators running at a large meeting. If we can generate our own power on site, I think it's the right thing to do. And plus, when the shed is full of people pitting and charging and using all the various tools and implements, the amount of power that is used is pretty scary, and our quarterly bills are really quite significant. So even though this has cost £5,000, I think in the long term it's a good investment. We only charge £1 a day to charge batteries, which I think is very reasonable. I'd certainly pay £1 rather than lugging a generator and putting £5 or £6 worth of fuel in per day, probably even more now actually. So hopefully you all agree and you can carry out some guilt-free eco-charging next time you visit us. That's the inverter for the panels, and anyone who hasn't been before, we have about 50 of these charging sockets, which are all individually isolated, and you can add your 4-way supply on. So when you've got your table and pitting gear in here, it's pretty easy to just plug in and off you go. No need to lug 12-volt batteries or generators around. Well, it's Friday, it's been a very busy week, but the cafe building has been re-roofed and so has the electric cabin just around the corner. Still probably another day's work and the race control roof will be completed. It's cost £5,500 for all three. It's obviously a lot of money, but there's not a lot of choice, it had to be done. And the roof on the cafe building did last 40 years, so if we can get anything like that or even half of it, then it's hopefully money well spent. A bit more destruction done today by the boys, Eugene, Rob and Steve. Jeff the sausage dog. So it's slightly adjusted feature. We'll get on with doing a bit more. That dream team.
Nail. Drivers to the line.
You didn't put him there?
No.
Good boy, Jeff. Still need to finish it off, but the step up is back. Lovely lime green colour, branded RHR. 30 of them for either our own track team or any of our visiting drivers from Europe who don't have the same rules as the BRCA, which is to provide your own high-vis. We have them for you. Brilliant. Should see you in that.
Oh, has anybody got a spare battery?
Oh, yes. Yeah, we're not bothered.
I like this machine. We're up to March the 22nd now, and I'm doing a bit of spring cereal planting in the field next to the racetrack, planting a crop called triticale. So doing my best to drive in a straight line. So if there are any tractor fans out there, this is one for you. Planting triticale with a 4.8 metre air seeder. Using John Deere 6930 6.8 litre diesel next to the racetrack. Just driving along with the 50-seater grandstand on the front of the forklift. It's the 31st of March today, 5 weeks until the Euros warm up. Looking a bit chilly out there. Please do remember that the rule we're only allowed one compound of tyre is nothing to do with us. We've had to select pretty much a dry compound, so let's just hope for a sunny event. 6th of April, and just doing a bit of welding so we can box in part of our running tower to put the red LED results board on, so drivers and spectators alike can see everything anywhere around the track. This is what we installed, very small sump compared to the others we have on the track. There's a pretty big one in the centre of the bomb hole, and there are 2 channels on the other lower portions of the track. So this one here, there's a vented drain, also this low point into another sump on the outside. We can just simply drop a submersible pump in there, empty any water out, and nice little tractor. And in the bomb hole, this larger square here, there's a much bigger concrete sump where we can drop our submersible pump either in the bottom of the bomb hole or in the bottom of the sump to drain it entirely. Just for your interest, the bomb hole is 4 feet from its lowest point to the highest. The bank corner, give you a comparison, that's 5.5 feet from the ground to the highest point of the AstroTurf. Roof going on. Sunday 24th of April today. We were up yesterday moving some of the barriers around, creating some in-out gates. All the pipes have been removed from the track. We've taken the best ones from the carpet track as well to put them together to make a nice consistent run of pipes. been mixing some concrete down at the farm. Some absolute animal has smashed this breeze block in half. There's a few odd curb repairs, so we're just going to get on with that today. Brought a few tables and chairs up from our storage unit. We have about 40 tables and 100 chairs. That'll be fine for the warm-up for all our overseas competitors. For the main Euros, we'll have to hire in a lot more tables. We'll be putting up a 60 by 40 marquee adjacent to the pitting barn that I'm in now. And you will be pitting in countries. All of your seats will be allocated. There'll be 2 chairs, one for a driver, one for a mechanic. You have half a table each. These are EFRA rules, not our rules. Here are a few of our sponsors. Primary sponsor Schumacher Racing, and supported by Model Sport, and then Model Tune in Ireland, and Cobain Associates Wealth Management, and FF Racing. The conduit you see there, it's been requested by EFRA that we put our start line and finish line on the straight. It will be double time, so we'll have 2 A&B systems running in case one fails, also UPS battery backup. So let's hope for no issues with timing. Lovely day up here. It's Bank Holiday Monday and I'm at the racetrack mowing the field. Not like normal people having a nice barbecue or something. The mower is 3 meters wide, so here from the molehill. You do cover some ground quite quickly, but it still takes a while. Probably using about £13 an hour worth of diesel. Left it as long as possible to have the bees on the dandelions for some pollen, but they're starting to seed now, so we need to get it cut. So the boys will be up here in a bit, Eugene and Steve, and we're going to move the start-finish line and a few other jobs. So what is it? 175 metres of coax. That's Thompson doing some work. We use these bees to clear all the bits of rubbish and spread the sand around. Flaky bits of paint and rabbit droppings and things. And cleaning the lawn out. Whole Helliwell family team today. Dad's doing some strimming and Mum's been putting some banners up, currently hiding behind one. Looking good, taking shape. Put some tables out for our overseas visitors and some power and a few banners. Still waiting for some from Model Sport and Cobain and Associates Wealth Management and FF Racing. There we go, just a few around the track. Can't really see from where I am now, but you will later put a few more flags and banners up on the Wednesday before the warm-up. Quite good. Got the new pizza oven in test conditions. It's putting some fertiliser on in the field next door. Taking shape. Amazing track drying machines. Gorgeous day again for the warm-up.
Running out of time, 15 seconds, they're going to go through to start the final lap now. Craig's dropped off from these two, it's all about Coelho and Orlowski. Craig is through, Ben Smith through, Coelho catches the pipe, Orlowski sends it, going over the top. Coelho is over, Orlowski's over, here comes Craig. Oh, it's all changing, it's Orlowski. Craig, any of these three can still take it. 3 corners to go. Send it! Orlowski coming down the straight, Ben Smith coming through. Orlowski takes it. Neil, Craig, Bruno, Coelho. What a race, what a finish. Full respect from those guys.
Stickers have arrived from RC Graphics, hundreds of them, so every entrant to the race will get one of those plus a few extra. And on the backboards for the podium we have bumper stickers from all the main sponsors. Cleaning the backboards down for the podium. On the EFRA contract we have a certain percentage on the backboards that will be covered in RC media that needs to be branded as EFRA, BRCA and so on. So I'll give them a clean down, put the new sponsors on and show you after. There you go. Quite cool, aren't they? They look good at the back of the podium, which for our prize giving ceremony will be on the main track. Thanks again to our sponsors. you pulling pipes off? There's your paint. We're giving the track a sweep today. There was too much sand came up in the warm-up event, mostly due to some new AstroTurf that was loaded with it. So in the bomb hole particularly, straight in front of race control. So we're going to remove it, sweep it all up and blow it away. Ready for the main event. And Mr. Galley's been having a bit of a tidy up in race control. Lots of new bits and pieces, tidying wires up, all our network equipment, a few desks. Should be spot on when we're timing the main race. 5 of the chippings, heading up to the track now to just do a bit of work on the lane. Filling a few holes in down the lane. We usually put about 3 tons every few weeks just to keep on top of the worst potholes. Probably should do something about the ramp into the entrance now though. 2 weeks to go till the Euros, and there are 1 or 2 mossy patches. Unfortunately there's many other options to remove it other than using a paint scraper. Quite small when you compare it to the rest of the track, but never mind, we'll get it done. Marking a few tables out. EFRA rules are that you pit in your countries, so we've been given the number per country and we need to allocate tables power accordingly. Just printed off and laminated all the approved batteries and the EFRA motors for the main event for scrutineering, plus several thousand of these city focus tamper-proof stickers for wheels and wings. You will all have a driver number, and these stickers will be used to mark your chassis. Tamper-proof, you can't peel them off. We'll also mark with some nail varnish. We'll also put together a dedicated website for the event. That's europeanchampionships.co.uk. Hopefully all the necessary information, international travel details from the nearest airport and other taxis, other airports within the vicinity, controlled tyre details, inserts, bit of info on the track, hopefully all the things that our visitors need. Tony very kindly doing a bit of strimming, tidying up a bit. Mowing again. Unboxing video of our ID cards. Let's take a look. Oh, they're pretty cool, aren't they? Different colours. Driver. What's this one? Officials. Two-wheel drive mechanic. They look really professional. Huge thanks to Steve Brew who sorted those out for us. Fantastic. Thanks again. Got a bit more done. Got some flags up, finished the strimming. Finley's doing an absolutely top job. Painting all the pipes and the concrete. It's down. Give us a wave, Finn. Cracking job. Infield carpet being put down by 2 professional carpet fitters. Quite time consuming actually.
You can go up there with that your way. Go on, go on.
We're doing a litter pick, make sure the place is absolutely spotless. Try and recycle as much as we can, but some of the can't, like Tuesday. Here's your car cleaning area, just near the dirt track. 2 compressors, 2 hoses which you can pull out. Keep your car nice and clean. Well, you'd think that would be enough toilet roll, but we'll see. Here's a semi-professional marquee erection company. Big commercial generator are just arriving. I need to make sure that if there's any issues locally with power that all you guys can still charge your batteries and the event can continue. All painting, smashing. to them, really nice ones. Company that does weddings and things, so they're not like your site blue country. Track. Thought we would give you a little tour of the site. It's Thursday midday. We've actually had a power cut, so the boys have gone to get some lunch, so figured sun's out, let's take you for a bit of a walk around the site. This is the filming tower, so CTRL will be publishing to their live stream on YouTube from this location. There might be a second camera at the far side, or maybe even in the bomb hole, we'll see. So let's have a little walk down the ladder, down the steps, and go around the site. Here's your view from the online commentating booth, which is our race controlled trailer from the 2015 Euros. Pretty good view here. We haven't kitted it out yet, but still 3.5 days to go, so bear that in mind as we continue around the place. Elevated section there for viewing, perhaps a few interviews on this stand at the end. An undercover area to put your cars down after the race. Trackside view. I'll head up the rostrum. I'm going up the wrong side. You will actually go up the other steps and down these on the left as you look at the track. Here we go. Not looking too bad. $20 hours painting the pipes, 40 person hours laying the pipes, putting the infield carpet down. I just dread to think about the hours that's gone into the rest of it. Got screens, get your results after the race. We'll put your cars down here. Race control, we put a reflective window in, keep the sun out so we can see the screens, air conditioning. Hopefully we won't need them, but we're just testing the pumps. Make sure we've got the pipes and that everything's working in case we get rain. Excuse all the electrical equipment everywhere. And 1 or 2 wires in race control. Ooh. Celebration drink kit. Double timing. 2 AMBs, race controls view. A little bit further. Electric car, it's definitely not 10 scale though. Cafe, not sorted yet, but soon will be. Actually approach from the other end, of course, coming out of the pits. This is your registration area. You've got some nice lanyards and ID badges, all colour coded. Team manager's area. Free lanyards, sticker sheets, pens. You'll get all that in an envelope. Scrutineering. And the tyre gluing area. 25 chairs should be adequate. There is space for a bit more if required. This end of the tent is the shop, tyres, inserts, glue, spares and so on. Again, I haven't completed that, we're working on it. Here's the backboard. We'll hopefully transfer that onto the track for the prize giving ceremony. Very nice case from Mr. Pierce there. You should see the trophies. Amazing. Worthy of an F1 race. International pits. Just a little bit more work to do. enormous fans we've brought in case it's hot. Tyre recycling bin. Results. It's also a network across the venue. Bibs for our international competitors. Hanging baskets. What's up yet? British pits, Great Britain. We haven't actually really started in here. There'll be a couple of screens and the BRC board with heats on. A lot of tables, chairs are next door. We need to bring power, tables, chairs and so on in here a little bit later. Been absolutely boiling this last few days. Toilet facilities, standpipe water. We have our mains toilets as well. Sort of drinking water here. Have a very quick track walk. Okay. The grid is down. You'll notice there's a 1 metre jump start marker in front of each grid position. The timing loop is on the straight as requested by EFRA. You will start here, pull the cars up to the white line, 1 metre jump start line. And you'll negotiate a corner before you're down the straight and timing your first lap. All bannered up, flagged up. Massive thanks to our sponsors, Schumacher Racing, Model Sport, Cobain and Associates Wealth Management, Model Tune and FF Racing. Take you onto the rostrum for one more look. And then that's it for a little sneak peek track tour. Still 3.5 days to go. Still plenty of jobs, but you can see we're getting there. See you all soon.